There are places you visit not with your feet, but with your soul. Power in Words is one of those places, a quiet sanctuary where language becomes light and light becomes strength. Here, we don't just read words, we feel them, we breathe them in, we let them settle in the hidden corners of our hearts. And today, we gather around one timeless truth spoken by a man who stood unshaken in the storms of history. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. These words by Winston Churchill carry a weight that only those who have faced defeat can truly understand. They speak of the rhythm of life, a rhythm that dances between triumph and loss, between hope and despair. Success, he reminds us, is not a destination, it is a passing station. And failure, that dreaded shadow we all fear, is not the end. It is merely a bend on the long road of becoming. Imagine this, you're standing on a mountain peak after years of climbing. The view is breathtaking, clouds drifting below, sunlight spilling across valleys. For a moment, you feel invincible. Yet not long after, a storm rolls in. The path you once conquered disappears in fog, and you realize that no summit lasts forever. Success, like sunlight, is beautiful but fleeting. To stay alive, you must keep climbing. Not upward, perhaps, but inward, because the real mountain lies within. Churchill knew that truth better than anyone. He had tasted glory and disgrace alike, celebrated as a national hero one day, dismissed and doubted the next. Yet through all of it, he carried a defiant calm. To him, life was not a straight line drawn by victories. It was a mosaic built from both light and shadow. He understood that resilience is not the absence of fear or failure, but the quiet courage to rise again when the applause fades and the room grows silent. Think of your own life. How many times have you felt broken after a setback? How many times have you whispered to yourself, maybe I'm just not good enough? Yet somehow, even in those dark hours, you kept breathing, kept going. That small act of persistence is the essence of Churchill's message. Success may decorate your name for a while, but it is endurance that defines your soul. Failure, on the other hand, is often misjudged. We treat it like a verdict, when in truth, it is a teacher. It strips away illusions and exposes who we really are. The artist whose painting was rejected 100 times, the entrepreneur who watched their dream collapse, the student who failed the same exam twice, these are not tales of defeat, but of discovery. Every failure carries within it a quiet invitation. Will you learn or will you stop? There's a story about a gardener who planted a seed that never seemed to grow. Day after day, he watered the soil, but nothing appeared. Seasons passed, and still the ground looked empty. Neighbors laughed at his stubbornness. Yet one morning, years later, a sprout broke through the dirt, shooting up faster than anyone could believe. What they didn't know was that all those years, the seed had been growing roots, deep, unseen, preparing for strength. That's what failure often is. Not an absence of growth, but growth hidden beneath the surface. And success is dangerous when it makes us forget to be humble. It can lull us into comfort, tricking us into thinking we've arrived. But life does not reward stillness. It rewards movement. The moment we stop learning, stop questioning, stop daring, success turns from a crown into a cage. That's why Churchill's first truth, success is not final, is not a warning. It's a wake-up call. Celebrate your victories, yes, but don't camp there. Use them as fuel for the next climb, not furniture for your comfort. Each of us carries within a battlefield, between the self that gives up and the self that rises. Some mornings, you'll wake up and feel like a fraud. You'll scroll through others' achievements and wonder why your own path feels so slow, so uncertain. But remember this, the people you admire most are not the ones who never fell, but the ones who refused to stay down. The author who kept writing through rejection letters, the athlete who kept training after loss, the single parent who kept smiling through exhaustion. They are living proof that failure cannot destroy you unless you surrender to it. There's a moment right before the dawn when the sky is its darkest. That's where most people quit, when the silence is loud, when the reward feels too far away. But if you hold on just a little longer, light always finds you. Because life doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for presence. To show up again and again with trembling hands but an unbroken will, that is success in its purest form. Perhaps that's what Churchill wanted to tell us, that courage is not the roar of a lion, but the whisper of a heart that says, I will try again tomorrow. We all stumble. We all get lost. But each time we rise, something inside us changes, grows tougher, wiser, more compassionate. The scars we carry are not marks of shame. They are maps of where we've been and proof that we are still moving forward. So when you look at your life, the wins, the losses, the moments that nearly broke you, see them not as separate stories, but as chapters of one great narrative. The person you're becoming is not shaped by the trophies you collect, but by the storms you survive. Success and failure are not enemies. They are partners in the art of becoming whole. One teaches you how to soar, the other teaches you how to stand. There's a quiet kind of beauty in that balance. Like the ocean tide, life flows and retreats, giving and taking. And through it all, you learn to navigate not by the calm, but by your ability to keep steering through the waves. Because one day, when you look back, you'll realize it was never about winning or losing. It was about growing. Maybe today you feel like you're stuck in a cycle of setbacks. Maybe your dreams feel far away. But remember Churchill's words. They were not spoken from comfort, but from chaos. He uttered them when the world was burning, when failure seemed certain. And yet he believed, not in perfection, but in perseverance. That's the kind of faith the world needs now. Not blind optimism, but resilient hope. So hold your ground. Keep building. Keep trying. Your story is not over, not while there is breath in you. Every failure you endure is simply another brushstroke on the masterpiece of your becoming. Success will come and go, but the person you are becoming, the one who refuses to quit, that is eternal. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. What matters is the courage to continue. If these words touched something within you, if they reminded you of your own strength and worth, then take a moment, like this message, share it, and subscribe to Power in Words. Let's walk this road together, gathering light one word at a time.